Following their alliance at the end of John Wick Parabellum, the Bowery King helps John Wick toughen up and prepare to fight against the High Table organization. Launched on his horse at full gallop, Wick begins by going into the desert where he mercilessly pursues the Elder. Despite the prose provided and touching of the latter, he shoots him without hesitation with several bullets in the head. At the Continental Hotel in New York, the concierge Karen welcomes the emissary Harbinger, who asks to see the director. He speaks with Winston and tells him that the hotel has 1 hour to close. The assassination of the former triggers a cold revenge of the table through the Marquis de Gramont, who has been given full powers to eliminate Wick. Karen's truthful and responsible words will only fuel his rage as the hourglass draws to a close. Winston having helped him, the Marquis orders the destruction of the Continental Hotel in New York and kills in cold blood a longtime friend, Karen. Amazed by the wave of a cellist, a blind killer awaits the hour of his appointment with the Marquis. The latter entrusts him, despite his reluctance, with the mission of killing his former friend Wick. The Marquis has a means of pressure. He threatens to attack his daughter, who plays the violin in the streets of Paris. Trapped, Kane has no choice but to pledge allegiance to the organization. We are in the busy streets of Osaka, where a man goes to the Continental Hotel. The so-called tracker takes a room in the establishment with the receptionist Akira, accompanied by his faithful dog. The manager of the Shimazu Hotel is promptly informed and accompanied by his guard. He goes to meet John Wick, announces to him the death of Karen and the destruction of the hotel in New York. However, Chidi from the High Table and his men burst into the scene, and the weapons are de facto prepared. Kane's warning is ineffective. Shimazu is ready to fight. Arrows and katanas slice through the air as the incessant crackle of firearms echo through the enclosure. The men at the high tables are in excess and cause the opponents to withdraw. Wick and Akira sow death and eliminate the attackers in a chain. The battle rages. The inevitable opposition arrives. Wick and Kane engage in a fight to the death without thank you. Meanwhile, the bookmakers panicked, and the soaring Wick bounty was increased by $20 million. The tracker, who fights with the help of his dog, intervenes the fight and stops other killers from taking down Wick in order to collect the bounty himself. After a bloodbath in the hotel, Shimazu is killed by Kane in front of his daughter Akira, who was shot in the attack. The Marquis de Gramont summoned the dog tracker to find out how he was able to locate Wick. The counterpart asked for the offense in exchange, and he violently plants a dagger in his hand so that he can cut it in order to affirm his loyalty. With a bloody handshake, the deal is done. Meanwhile, in a cemetery, Wick finds Winston in front of Karen's grave. Winston offers to challenge the Marquis to a duel, which, under the rules of the table, will release him from any obligation. Wick must, for this, be part of a family recognized by the table. He therefore goes to Berlin, spied on by the tracker, in order to reconnect with the Ruska-Roma family, of which he was once a part. In full prayer, he is greeted by a shotgun salvo, and then questioned under the threat of hanging. In order to be accepted again, he must first kill Killa, enemy of this family. The tracker has located Wick and notified the Marquis to free himself from his engagement. But to his surprise, he is asked to kill him or be executed himself. Accompanied to the casino where Killa is, he is surprised to see Kane present in the place, as well as the tracker who has been captured. All want Wick dead. A game of poker must determine the winner. The craftiness of Killa rigs the cards. Square of 9 and a 4, royal flush and 5 of the same value does not change anything. The blood flows abundantly. After furious blows under the waters of the fountains, Wick violently collides with Killa, who kills himself by falling from the stairs. The Baba Yaga then pulls out a gold tooth as proof of the assassination. Back at the Ruska-Roma family, he is reintegrated by the rite of fire. In Paris, Winston formally challenges the Marquis de Gramont, who has no choice but to respect the rules of the table. His megalomania is stimulated by Winston, and he accepts the duel to death. On the esplanade of the Trocadero Rule, the Marquis settles the details. This duel by means of pistols will be arbitrated by a messenger of the table and will take place the next day at dawn in front of the Sacred Heart. But once in private, the Marquis cowardly forces Cain to fight for him. The Marquis is announced by the bookmakers that the premium rises to $26 million.
Je prends les ondes pour tous les bouffons qui traînent dans la ville lumière, pour tous les vagabonds des bas-fonds qui sont prêts à l'action.
The High Table launches all the killers of Paris on Wick's heels, so that he is killed or at least delayed, and therefore executed by the table. In Port de Lila tube station, the Bowery King provides Wick with a Kevlar suit and a 9mm Pit Viper for the long-awaited big moment.
Chargeur de 21 balles, compensateur de recul intégré pour plus de précision et moins de relèvement. Longue vie au roi.
Barely dropped off by boat and then walking in the street, he is spotted, and his precise location is broadcast at full volume on the radio waves. During the darkness of the night until sunrise, Wick must face many killers overmotivated by the astronomical bounty while crossing Paris. Let the music. A born killer, the team left him behind. He's speeding towards the Arc de Triomphe.
Il va falloir sortir les grands moyens. His progress is such that it frightens the Marquis, who warned the worried tracker.
With the precious help of his dog, he sows death on any threat. Wick becomes a virtuoso of the trigger, an insatiable lethal symphony. The explosive shock with the tracker was unavoidable, but the precious help of the dog, which will be saved by Wick, causes a certain consideration. Wick earns the respect of this one who seems to give up killing him. Almost arrived at destination, the Baba Yaga has the basilica in its field of vision.
Bonne chance.
The climb up the stairs of the Sacred Heart, a few moments before dawn, looms before him, punctuated by killers excited by the stakes. Almost at the end, a violent kick sends him back rolled for a long moment at the bottom of the steps. After this bitter disillusion, he is helped by Kane, who restarts him. The tracker also provides him with invaluable support, which allows him to send the elevator back to the savior of his dog. The Baba Yaga appears at the same time as the sun.
Il est l'heure de commencer.
Under its radiation, the glasses are lifted. The duel finally takes place according to the most traditional rules. Each step brings them closer to death.
En position, s'il vous plaît. Feu!
The two adversaries fire a first shot at 30 paces. A bullet grazes Wick's shoulder.
À 20 pas, messieurs. Feu!
A second at 20 paces returns the same in Kane's arm.
messieurs. Feu!
A third at 10 steps seriously injures the Baba Yaga who is lying on the ground. Sure of his victory, the eager Marquis decides to take the weapon from Kane's hands in order to have the pleasure of finishing off Wick. But this one hasn't fired the final blow yet, so he can take down the Marquis without difficulty at point-blank range. He is now released from any obligation, as well as Kane, who will be able to find his daughter, and Winston, whose hotel will be rebuilt by the table. But very weak, Wick sits down on the steps of the Sacred Heart. Remembers Helene, then succumbs to his injuries. In New York, in a cemetery, Winston and the Bowery King find themselves in front of the graves of John Wick and his wife. Winston stays for a moment and says to him, "Farewell, my son." Then in Paris, in front of the opera, Kane and his daughter are found by Akira, armed with a weapon. Thank you for enjoying this exciting film with us. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell. See you soon on Storytime.